This is Pastor John, and I've got Daniel McDill, our Minister of Worship, with me today. And we want to talk to you for just a few minutes about the topic of Lent. Now, if you were at Perry Creek last year, you know that we observed Lent, and that is a very meaningful time for our church. Lent is the 47-day season before Easter. It starts with Ash Wednesday, which this year is February 18th. And it runs through Palm Sunday and through Good Friday. Unlike Advent, which we also celebrate, Advent gets a little bit lighter as the season goes along. Lent gets a little bit darker as the season goes along, and we approach Jesus' crucifixion. So that's Lent. It's a time when Christians think about more serious things, like our sin, like Jesus' suffering, like our mortality, and like whether or not we're really reaching out to our neighbors. Because we're thinking of more serious things during Lent, that is often a time when Christians give something up that they enjoy in celebration of Lent, or in observance, I should say, of Lent. So that's what we do, but it leads to Resurrection Sunday, to Easter. And that's what the season is all about.
Church, this year we're doing three things in observance of Lent. So the first thing is at the start of Lent for Ash Wednesday, which is on February 18th. We're just going to invite you to come between 6:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. to the Dunkin Donuts on the corner of 98 and Dunn at 1500 Dunn Road. And our pastors are going to be there. They're going to invite you to come have a one-on-one conversation over a cup of coffee, talk about your plans for Lent, check in and how you're doing, pray with you, and then administer the ashes. And this was a really, really meaningful time last year for both our pastors and for you guys who came. So I really encourage you to be a part of that as a great way to start the season of Lent. Another thing we're going to be doing is a day of prayer and fasting. So we'll give you guys some prayer prompts and encourage you to sign up for a slot, a 30-minute slot, where someone will be praying from Perry Creek throughout a 24-hour period. And this is going to be a really good time to focus on some ways that we want to approach the Lord and call on the Lord to help our church in various ways and have his hand on our church. So look out for more information on that and for those prayer prompts. And that's on March 13th and 14th.
13th and 14th, yeah.
And then the last thing at the end of the season of Lent, we're going to have a Tenebrae service on Good Friday. And Tenebrae is just Latin that means shadows. And so this is going to be a service where we really take the time to focus on Christ's sacrifice on the cross and prepare our hearts for the celebration that is Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
And Easter's just not the same without Good Friday. Yeah. So I'd really encourage you guys to be there at that.
Yeah. And during the whole season of Lent, we're going to be doing a sermon series that is called Last Words. So this is a series where we look at Jesus' 7 sayings that he gives us from the cross. Everything from Father, forgive them for they don't know what they're doing, to it is finished. And we're going to see that not all of these sayings mean exactly what we think they mean, but that they're all instructive for us as we go through this season of Lent. So I'm looking forward to that. But the main reason we wanted to make this video today is because we want to throw a challenge at you, Perry Creek. Okay, so we want to challenge you for Lent. Like I said, people give up a lot of things for Lent, right? So some Christians give up like maybe a meal on a particular day of the week, every week during Lent. Other Christians might give up a favorite food or drink, maybe chocolate, maybe alcohol. Some Christians give up meat during Lent. Some Christians give up an activity that they enjoy, maybe a hobby or screen time. Some Christians take up things for Lent. So you may want to read the Gospels during Lent. You may want to memorize Scripture. I challenged my small group last night to watch all 66 of the Bible Project videos during Lent, which are only about 8 minutes apiece. But, you know, some Christians give things up, some Christians take things up. We want to give you a specific challenge this year. We want to challenge you to give up social media. Cold turkey. To just step away from it for 47 days. Now, here's the thing, Daniel. If they give up social media for 47 days, they're going to miss some funny cat videos.
It's true.
Right?
It's true.
You're probably going to miss some recipes. You might even miss a little bit of drama. So why would they want to do that?
Yeah, I don't know. Why would you want to miss out on the current memes? No, I think, as we look at Lent, which is a season where we really want to focus, it's a time where we want to draw our attention onto Christ and onto the road to the cross. Because it's a season of focus, we want to remove distractions. And I think for a lot of folks right now, social media can be a big distraction. For phone usage amongst everybody, so amongst like U.S. population, it's 2 hours and 40 minutes.
A week?
A day.
A day.
A day.
Wow, that's a movie.
Yeah. It's a long movie too. And most of that is social media.
Yeah.
And then as you look at the different population groups, the younger people are the higher that number is, with millennials being closer to 3 hours and Gen Z being higher, and then Gen Alpha being even higher. And so we see that, and we just have to ask, is that a good use of our time? And there's a lot of good things that are on the internet and on our phones, and it allows for a lot of convenience and a lot of communication. But as social media has taken this shift from being a place where people connect to a place where people are entertained, we have to start to wonder what that entertainment and that input for so long is doing to us, right?
Yeah.
And so we just think it's going to be a good 47-day, almost like a cleanse, right? And you can come back to it and see how you feel at the end. And we'll have a document that has a handful of really practical steps. Not all of those steps are going to apply to everybody,
right? But
you'll find something in there to help you with this social media phone fast.
Yeah.
And the truth is that the more that there is research into social media usage, the more people are finding kind of the harmful effects. So a Georgetown University research group just did a study, and they had people turn off their cellular data on their phone for 2 weeks. And so just no internet, you can still call, you can still
use
text.
a phone, yeah.
And 91% of the participants reported better mental health, less anxiety, and less loneliness.
That's significant.
Yeah. So we just feel that this will be a good step for our members to take a cleanse. And you get, for most of us, multiple hours of your day back.
Right.
So then you get to decide, what am I going to use that?
Yeah.
Am I going to learn an
instrument? Play with an actual kitten instead of watching a cat video, right?
Yeah. Learn an instrument and join the worship team. Just as an example. I don't know. It just comes to mind.
Yeah. Now listen, we understand that for some of you, a social media fast might not be totally appropriate. So just for example, me, okay? I'm not really on social media. So I might get a little virtue out of it, but it really isn't a life change for me. Okay. So if you fall into that category, we would encourage you to just pray about it and ask God what He would have you do to observe the season of Lent. Is there something that He wants you to give up? Is there something that He wants you to take up? But no matter who you are, Perry Creek, we just want to really encourage you to make the season of Lent intentional, right? This is a time when we really want to think about what Jesus did for us, and a time when we really want to ask Jesus what He wants us to do for Him. So let me encourage you, make Lent a holy season. Make it different. Set it apart. And think about what Jesus has done for you and what He might have you do for Him. Perry Creek, we love you, and we'll see you during the season of Lent.